Let's say you're trying to demonstrate effective negotiation techniques, or how to give a proper performance evaluation, and you want to use a scenario film to do this. How would you shoot it? Typically, budget or time constraints result in a scenario in which person A talks, then cut to person B responding, and so on. It works, but it's pretty boring, right? So how can you liven up your scenario to make it more interesting? When Wilson Learning asked us to update some of their training material, a performance evaluation between manager and employee, we could have just shot it conventionally, but that wouldn't have been any fun. So instead, we manipulated camera position to add a subtle emotional dimension to their interaction. Here's what I mean. The more on-axis an actor is to camera, the more audiences tend to relate to that character. So if you want to increase a viewer's empathy with a character, simply position the lens closer to their eye line. The opposite is also true. If you want to create distance, film them more from a profile angle. There's an interesting limit to this phenomenon though. In a narrative, if you have a character looking directly into the lens, much like I am right now, it can come off as confrontational. Similarly, shooting the back of someone's head can actually force audiences to empathize more. So for our project with Wilson, we had this exchange in which the manager tells his employee she's getting promoted, but she doesn't like the terms. So now we have conflict that needs to be resolved. They need to reach a compromise. We start out with her objection as highly relatable. She actually has a reasonable ask. So we shoot her with a more head-on approach that creates empathy. As the manager justifies his position, however, we gradually move his angle from profile shot to on-axis, while moving hers off-axis, as we realize that her reaction isn't as reasonable as we once thought. But by the time both of them reach an agreement, we have them looking closer to the lens, and the scene fades out. This may seem unnecessary or excessive because it's such a small detail that would go unnoticed, but we want it to go unnoticed. The audience will still feel it, even if they can't explain why, and that provides an opportunity for more lively discussion during a debrief. Plus, it's fun. We're artists, and rather than write this project off as something we have to do, we turned it into something creative that nourished us as designers and videographers, and which ultimately made a better product and a more effective learning experience.